and welcome back to my Settlement Survival Let's Play series. This is Cot, and let's get on with it. First, a few apologies. Never heard my voice on video before, and yeah, I sound like a total noob. Yeah, that's not good. I almost put myself to sleep with the monotone voice, so I'll try to be perkier. The whole llama incident at the beginning of the first video. No, there are no llamas in this game, and yes, it was an alpaca. Then I did a total noob move at the end of the video on I was too overconfident on how to save the game and pretty much looked like an idiot. So yeah, let's go ahead and save this game and let me properly show you how to do it. I mean, I actually did get it right, but right here for this is the file we'll be using. I don't want Cotville. That's what I'm going to name my town, not my file. So we're going to go ahead and put it as YouTube series, or at least YouTube. We'll go ahead and save that, and then I'm going to throw in add just to make sure it's there. I'm going to delete that. Okay, so how do you actually save your town name? Because right up here right now it says new town. Just go over to settings, hit game settings, and see where it says new town. Go ahead and click on that, and we're going to go ahead and call it Cottsville. Hit apply. And there we go. You can see it up top. So I think I really fixed all the mistakes that I was making. And let's move on with it. So right now we need to determine the edges of our town so we can start getting this stuff started. So right here you'll see that I have the roads, and we were talking about the 8x8, blah, 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 blah. Well, since I'm going to go ahead and put I mean, you want one area. The way I play, I put one area for agriculture, one area for my animals, and then I start an area where it starts off for education, because you're going to wind up using a lot of schools as your population grows, and you're going to want to do all your researching and all that. And since we want to be as efficient as possible, we want to start all of that at the end of our town. So let's see where the bubble's at. And that's okay. Let's put a road right here to be right at the edge, and let's see if this lines up. No, not close enough. Let's put it right here. Click on the market. One more. I know I'm being anal, but with what we're going to attempt to do with this map, I want to get as much space as possible. And now we're going to see how many houses, and if we can get them to line up to that edge. So we're just going to go ahead and plop down some houses here. It's nice that, you know, everything disappears while you're in the building mode, and it's just a total pain. Okay, what I can do here is, this is actually perfect, because I'll go ahead and kill this road off just like so. Get rid of it. Go back to the houses. I'll add this one, because if you notice, if I would have put in a road, an additional road, it would have made me give it a gap. I could have still fit houses here, but I want to get this side as close as possible. So I'm just going to plant these puppies here. I'm going to put in my road like so. And this is going to be basically the edge of this side of the town. And we're going to get rid of this stuff. And like I said, the reason why I'm getting rid of it is, if I keep these houses placed here and they're on pause, my laborers will not cut these trees down. So I just basically want to get the roads in, and not too many of them as far as the roads go, because my construction people are going to want to try to build them. So I want to just keep these things down to a minimum. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could eliminate this road right here so they don't build it. But since I'm going to be having stuff placed here after we hit start, I want them to get that road built. Same thing with this one. But with this side, this is going to be our education over here. And then what I plan on doing is, let me just do this. No, what I'm thinking is, because typically when I do my education stuff, I'll put two boarding houses in. One that I have built, and the other one's just a placeholder because I'm going to eventually replace it with the school boarding house for the kids. So but at least I have that edge. And now we're going to cruise over here, and this is going to be where agriculture starts. So we need to plop in housing, and let's go ahead and throw some houses in. I know this is boring, believe me. I mean, when you're playing at home all by yourself and you're doing this, it's really no big deal. But, doing a video, people are like, move, you're boring me. So I get it. Now, the reason why I set this edge is I'm going to go ahead and set up some storage here. And the reason why I'm setting up the storage is I need to create a buffer for storage so I can start my fields. Now, like I said in the previous video, the covered warehouses are 6x5. So I'm going to go ahead and place... how do I want to do it? Let's do it 5x6. So then warehouses will be turned sideways. And then throw a little placeholder for the road so I don't mess this up too bad. And try to... And what I do is I only place two of the storage spots. I keep calling them warehouses, which I guess technically they are, but I just want this stuff to be a placeholder. Okay. Oh, I'm still in road editor here. Let's get rid of that. Go back to the warehouse. Make sure it's clicked on. And believe me, you're going to run into this headache when you try to start rapid building stuff. The icon... it's still going to be locked onto what you previously were building. So it gets to be a pain, especially when you're doing roads. So we got that one there. And so I'm basically dividing the map because I'm going to have a main road going in and out of the village, which, believe it or not, does help with the production, because since people don't have to travel too far, and they're doing it in straight lines, it just faster movement speed means more production. So, take it for what it's worth. Some people find it helpful, some people won't. I always believe in the motto of you do you. It's your game, it's your computer, your play style. Whatever you're comfortable with doing, do it. Just because I give you some advice, don't mean squat. I mean, it's just... it is what it is. So I've already foobarred that. Got to get rid of this. Trying to speed things up so I'm not as boring. Let's get the road in. Get this other dumb warehouse in. Come on. Clicky, clicky. 5x6. There we go. So now the cool thing is I've got some storage, and then now I'm going to take the road up just a little bit so I can replace my two fields. And And this is where it's going to be up to you. I'll typically do 2 fields, even though here's standard field. Oh, I don't want standard field. I want regular field. I start out with 2 fields, and now people are going to be like, "Cot, why are you doing 15 by 15?" Well, there's a method to my madness here. The one thing you need to understand in this game is everything that you build, you're more than likely going to destroy and move as your settlement builds. So to me, this works. And I once these are built, I'm going to pause one and then grow the chili peppers in one. I'm going to put 3 people into it. I know they're not going to be able to harvest and plant and harvest in this field, 100%. There's just not enough people. So, but I'm going to show you in future tutorials how to flex your people so you're not pausing your fields and you're getting a lot more stuff done. So when you read the forums of, oh, this field's better than that field and you got to do this, and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to actually show you a great way to do this, and, where you're not rushing your technology to try to improve your food. Okay, oop. Okay, what did I do here? Which one's right? I think I made this one too small. That's so annoying. There. Yeah, 5 by 6. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we have this set up. Good to go. Got the proper spacing here. And now, okay, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, that's right. Animals are down here. Oh, okay. I'm confusing myself here. What I need to do is I have to. Yeah, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time here. I need to place my boarding house. Now, there's 2 schools of thought when you're doing your boarding houses. Some people will just immediately start placing houses so that they can get more people breeding and all that fun stuff. I actually start out with a boarding house because since I used to do a lot of the extreme playing, and I'm just used to getting this built first to get everybody housed. I will start placing housing really quick, but I know this is an important building and for future part of the town, so I just hurry up and get this place, get the people housed, be done with it. And I'm not too worried about my laborers cutting down trees and all that because this is going to get attacked immediately. So it's no big deal. So right now, since I don't have anything else, let's just go ahead and get some people assigned and let's start rocking on this. And I know I don't have enough storage laid out, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and toss another person on here. And let's go ahead and get it started. F1, F2 controls game speed. So you'll start seeing these guys move around. The regular laborers, as you can see, the 9 people here, they have nothing to do. But what they're going to start doing is clearing these areas out. Come on, don't make me look dumb. Hurry up. Get it done. Oh, I got to get rid of this stuff. Okay, getting the cart ahead of myself here. Everybody's going to try to build this stuff. I messed this up. Okay, now you know a way of how not to start the game. So, helpful tip. Get rid of the nonsense so these people go do their thing. Because now if you notice, they're grabbing everything, they're cutting stuff down. You're going to start seeing, they're placing all the warehouse. So, I'm getting this area cleaned out. And right now, my construction people, they're already getting ready to start building the boarding house. Come on, guys, hurry it up. because I want them to be finished before we get into the third month. I want to have this field cleared. And unfortunately, the way I foobarred it at the very beginning, okay, right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. It's signing 8 laborers. I don't think so. I'm only going to start out with 3, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it to chili peppers because it's the only thing I can grow. Now, once this thing hits March 1st, the 3 people that I've assigned to this field are going to stop doing what they were doing, cutting trees down, grabbing all the stuff, and they're immediately going to start working the field. It's a great way to get stuff done in your town. I see a lot of people, like when after they've done harvesting and it's wintertime, and they'll hit pause on this and put them in the general labor. Don't do that. Just if you need iron ore harvested, just highlight it. When this field turns into this icon and it's lax, your farmers are going to go do what the labor is supposed to do. So if this number is 0 and you have, say, 24 farmers, they're going to go do what you've selected them to harvest. So I see a lot of people do that to themselves. Why create the stress? So just go ahead and get this thing, start playing again, and watch them do their thing. And what I'm looking for right now is, soon as this thing's built, I need to get my other buildings started. And why isn't anybody doing anything? Okay, that one's good. I'm going to go ahead and pause this because I know I don't want anybody working on it. Now they're all running over here and they're going to get this thing built. And you're going to see people just standing around here. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to pause it, and I want them to, here it is. Under this icon, under the mining pick, see where it says collecting and felling trees, collecting stone, gathering plants. I'm going to go ahead and click the gathering plants part, and over here where this icon is, what I'm going to try to do is trigger the event to give me a crop seed. So I'm going to send all my laborers that aren't doing anything down to that. And it's saying I only have 2 people left. Where'd they all go? 3 there. 7, 8. I guess that's right. Oh my God, somebody actually froze to death here. Too funny. I've never had that happen on a map. Okay, well, it's going to make this one harder, so... Okay, see, I got the new crop seed. I got it to trigger. And if you notice, now I don't have that icon on the map. It's gone. So I got my 1 guaranteed seed that the game promised me. And let's go ahead and see what we received here. And now, agave tequila. You absolutely need this for your distillery. So when I open up this field, I'm going to go ahead and turn around and do my agave tequila. So let's get this thing built. And the next thing I'm going to want next is I'm going to want my water. So, but I'm going to try to get this area cleaned out with all the people that I have. And they're going to turn around and they're just going to dump all this stuff all over the place. Into this one, and into these over here, which is fine. Now, if you notice, I've got an injured person here. So this is where I have to make my choice. Do I want the water? I only have 464 left, or should I go ahead and get this person healed up? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place... Okay, here we go. got to pause the game here. We have technology point. So you can click on that. You can click on this to bring up your technology map, or you can hit T. So I can go ahead and go into agriculture because I wanted my farming efficiency next. And that's going to speed up my farmers. So now they're actually going to get more of this field planted, and they're going to be able to get it harvested quicker. And I really want them to be able to max this field out as quickly as possible, but I know I don't have enough people. I'll go back to the game here and hurry up. There we go. Now we've got people. They all have a home, and let's go ahead and get the clinic here and get that person healing up. And there we go. Now, if you notice, they were still working on this stuff while they were working on that. I know people would say, oh, go ahead and hit the prioritize button. But I can tell you what, the devs really need to work on the priority button, because they will keep working on other things. Like right now, this is under priority, and they're still building my roads. Why aren't they just immediately jumping on this and getting it taken care of? But that's just something the devs need to work on. And as soon as that's built, looking at my water, we're going to have to get the water well built. Now, you have two different size water wells. I go with 4x4. I know for in-town 3x3 is fine, but I force my water to for production and for the town. So why wasn't this going? Why can't it be placed here? What the heck? Is there something here that I'm not seeing? This well. Come on. What is there? The ground is not jacked up. Tell you what, I think this is glitched out. So what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and save the game. And, this is a new access game. So, stuff like this happens. And if it glitches, just go ahead and, like here, I'm just going to overwrite. That's saving it. And then, and you always want to pause it before you exit out. So when you load the game back in, the game's paused. So we're going to go ahead and hit exit. And you're going to have to do this several times while you're playing, because you're going to run into glitches. And the fastest way to fix them is just to load the game back in. And majority of the time, it'll clear the issue. Knowing my luck, it's going to turn around and be like, no, there's still an issue. So it's saying I have, okay, that whole homeless thing went away. So paused. And so let's see if we can get this well in. Yeah, okay. See how it cleaned it up? That's just something you have to do. And it did manage. We now have one person getting fixed up. Life is good. And who's Sandra's going to be our doctor. Well, let's see how long she lasts. And let's go ahead and get this well placed, because we run out of water. It's going to directly affect our health bar, and that's not good. And then, see, I never finished the road going over here, so I'm going to go ahead and get that puppy put in. Let's go ahead and still trying to get used to the tabs. We're going to go ahead and get the church placed. I gave up on trying to do priority on building, because it's just such a waste. And we're at 191 herbs, but I still want to get the town itself cleaned out. So try not to, when you're doing clearings and all that, don't highlight too much stuff, because it just bogs your people down, and it's going to wind up driving you nuts, because you're going to be screaming at your screen of, why aren't you getting stuff done? Why aren't you getting stuff done? And it's just because you've tasked them too heavy. And of course, right here, it's telling us we have another skill point. And now that we have this done, I'm going to go ahead and get the Research Institute started, because that's going to be the next building that I definitely want after we build a few others. I know that sounds weird, but I'm trying to talk on the mic and play the game and figure out strategy at the same time. So cut me some slack. So we're going to go ahead and activate that, because we want to keep all of our stuff going as far as development, and that's going to be really quick. I'm also kind of in a race here, because if you see this top the icons, this is your whole year, and right there, that's a merchant ship, and it's good for trading, and it basically tells you when one's going to arrive. The one thing that I'm worried about right now is if a people icon show up here, that means we have immigrants incoming, and I need to make sure that I get the town hall built in time, but there's a few other buildings I need to get placed. So, because I need to hurry up and get this started, because I don't want my fuel level to drop. Get this thing going again. Now, autumn harvest. Watch, they didn't get everything, they didn't get this whole field planted, but watch what 3 people can do. I don't think they're going to be able to get the whole thing harvested, but I think they're going to get the majority of it. And that's food, and it's what we need to survive. So it's really huge. And I cannot strongly recommend enough of how important it is in your food production. I mean, save yourself a ton of grief and really focus on your food production at the very beginning. Now, I know a lot of people will be saying, Kyle, you don't have your hunter up. You don't have your hunter up. I'm going to get to it. But right now I want to get these other things addressed. And we're going to go ahead and get the sawmill started, because I know that's important. And they're not going through tools too fast. So I have time to get my blacksmith up there. I still have some clothes, so I'm okay there. I don't really need to get my tailor started. And like right now, I need iron ore. If I run out of iron ore, I'm not going to be able to build anything. So I have right now, I have all my farmers available. So let's go ahead and I really have to watch out how cold it is, so I don't want to send them far distances. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep them close in town, and we're going to collect some stone, or I should say some iron ore here. It looks like iron ore. It's dark, so we'll get that harvested up. I would prefer to have a couple houses in right now, but it is what it is. And I know I need to get my distillery started, because that number can drop pretty quick. Right now we're doing good on timber, but if you go over to right here where it says raw, these are all your timber products right here, and you're going to need planks, so we'll address that later. But the big thing is right now is the fuel level. We're just going into winter with only 300 fuel, so we should be okay with this size settlement, but we're going to want to get this thing started as soon as possible. So I will be burning up 2 more people just to get into here. need to get the area placed off for my animals. I hate pausing the game, but this is... Matter of fact, I'm going to wait because I want to get this thing cleared off. So I'm going to get rid of these trees right here. So it'll make it easier to build. Being able to see things, especially in winter, is such a pain. I mean, ugh. But right now, everything's progressing pretty well. I mean, we're about ready to have domestic fuel. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and... I know I'm going to have to replace this because I got other nonsense in here. But I'm going to go ahead and filter this thing. And we're going to... No food, no beverages, no medicine. Raw materials, I'm going to allow lumber. And that's it. And then no construction, no ore, clothing. I just want fuel. And the one thing on the fuel... Oh, did they change the icon? Okay. They did. Okay. They added the cannot speak. Industrial fuel. I don't want this, that type of fuel in here. I just want my domestic fuel. And now I've got 2 people, and we're going to go ahead and get the timber started, and they're going to start chopping it up into domestic fuel, which will fuel this up. So right now we have our clinic, we have the church, so we're covering both of these bars. Now, if you notice, and I know I didn't really go into it, these performance circles, or their area of effect, then you want these things to match up. That's why they're built so close to each other. So try to remember that when you're building stuff. And I'll go into it in further detail later, but I just wanted to give you the heads up. So we have already got our first crop. Oh, wow. They just added something here. They added traveling merchant. That has never been here before. This is too cool. That update patch that they just did. Wow. That's going to be interesting to play with this guy. I wonder if you need the ferry or the grocery store to deal with him. I bet you you trade with him at the grocery store. So that's going to be interesting to see. So, wow. 2 cool devs. Way to go. So we got our first field in, which is good. We got some basics in. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I'm going to try to keep these episodes down to a half an hour. And I will see you shortly. Thanks for watching. Caught out.